Forthog. Michael Forthog, 1937 to 2016. A legend among the orcs of Mordor, Forthog Orc Slayer is an unstoppable warrior who steps from the shadows to save Mordor's mightiest heroes at their moment of greatest need. Mike Forthog Forgay was our executive producer and our great friend here at Monolith. We lost Mike to cancer due to the development of Shadow of War, and we want to remember and honor him with a little bit of immortality in Mordor. The legendary Forthog Orc Slayer is our way to remember Mike as he lived, always ready to leap into the fray and save the game whenever and wherever he was most needed. That's sad. Assassin, Blades in the Dark. You're just so strong and just so tough, and none of it will matter because you're just so slow, said the shadow. The orcs who apply the assassin's trade decapitate their enemy's leadership, often literally. Masters of subterfuge and stealth, assassins favor ambush tactics that leave an enemy war chief or overlord dead before his retinue even knows what happened. Assassin orcs rarely last long unless they master the art of escape as well, fading into the shadows or fleeing faster than their pursuers. Their ability to hide is so peerless that they can be difficult to spot even in the raid world. Berserker, fueled by fury. Hit me, strike me, feed my rage and I will tear you asunder, roared the howler. Berserker orcs lash out in anger at the world around them, using that rage to fuel an array of heedless charges, mighty throws and sweeping attacks that leave only ruined enemies behind. These orcs are beyond reason in battle, possessed by a fear that other orcs have come to fear. These orcs are at their most dangerous when they cling to life by just a thread. The same rage that powers their attacks can heal their wounds when those desperate blows land. Commander, leading the horde. You're not in command of anything here. Not this battle, not my boys, not even your own destiny. I own all three. Lone bloody hands. Rarely encountered alone, commanders make the orcs around them fight harder through their mere presence. They direct the grunts under their command to coordinate their efforts, making simultaneous attacks on surrounding enemies. Some commanders keep nearby reinforcements in reserve in case of surprise attack, and a few use themselves to draw out enemies before calling in a gang of orcs to turn the tide of battle. They are also the most ambitious orcs, eager to ascend through the ranks and resentful when someone hinders their progress. High-ranking commanders get promoted when their boss dies in battle, or has a lethal accident. Tracker. Mordor's eyes and ears. Hunting you wasn't much of a challenge. Let's see if slaying you is better sport. Okbor the Skinner. Scouts and skirmishes in Mordor's armies. Trackers are capable of moving overland at great speed and directing the columns of troops behind them where to strike. Where they excel, however, is after the battle is over. Once an orc army routs its foes, the trackers spread out and chase down the fleeing enemies, ensuring that none survive. Trackers are almost preternaturally aware of their surroundings and are difficult to surprise. Some carry harpoons to reel in their prey, and where you find a tracker or the orcs are rarely far behind. Dark Tribe. You need not fear the dark, brothers, but what you will fear is what lies within it, waiting for you. Luktash of the Dark Tribe. The Dark Tribe favors stealth and subterfuge as their preferred means of dominating Mordor on behalf of the Dark Lord, whom they have a fanatical reverence for. Adept at ambushes, double crosses, and battlefield trickery, they wield power beyond what their numbers would suggest. Other tribes prefer not to deal with the Dark Tribe if they can help it because they believe betrayal is inevitable. But when a troublesome war chief can be removed through other means, a word to the Dark Tribe can often suffice to get the job done. Pharaoh Tribe. Some will be pleased to see the beasts of Mordor feed upon your despicable corpse, Wishbug of the Pharaoh Tribe. Mordor has denizens more fearsome than any orc, and the Pharaoh Tribe takes these beasts as inspiration for their acts of savagery. They live among beasts such as caragors and graugs when they can, and they adorn their clothing and armor with fetishes and trophies from the beasts they hunted. The first tribe reverence for Mordor's beasts extends beyond clothing though. In battle they roar, snarl, and rend flesh with a ferocity that rivals any Caragor. Mount Doom, Mountain of Fate. Mount Doom was his forge, and was the source of his power, and it will be the source of his destruction. Celebrimbor. The fiery heart of Mordor. Mount Doom is a massive volcano also known as Amon Amaret, Mountain of Fate, and Orodruin, Fiery Mountain. Sauron forged the One Ring at Mount Doom, and later Celebrimbor perfected it there, then stole it. And thus it is the only place where it can truly be destroyed. The mountain has a preternatural connection to Sauron, lying dormant when Sauron is not present in the world and flaring with eruptions when the Dark Lord is active. Within Mount Doom is Samet Nor, the chamber where Sauron fashioned the One Ring, and where Celebrimbor and Talion would come to craft a new Ring of Power. Sindarin for chambers of fire. Samet Nor is often deserted, for the orcs believe it to be a cursed place and do not approach it willingly. Minas Ithil, Gondor's last hope. Minas Ithil has many names: the Tower of the Moon, the Fair and Radiant, the Forgotten City, but to me it is home, Idril. Minas Ithil, Tower of the Rising Moon in Sindarin, is a fortified city on the western edge of Mordor and the last refuge of men in that land. Founded by the refugees after Numenor's destruction, the city was built of white marble to catch and reflect the moonlight, and it softly glows in the twilight and when the moon is high in the sky. The saplemon of the white tree, Gondor's symbol, was planted here as early as the Second Age, but Isildur removed it when Sauron threatened Minas Ithil during the War of the Last Alliance. After Sauron's defeat in that war, Minas Ithil was restored as a Gondorian fortress. It remains so to this day, though the orcs of Mordor draw ever closer to taking the only place in Mordor beyond the reach of the returned Dark Lord. The fortress protects more than the men within its walls, however. It guards one of the Palantiri seen stones made by the elves in a bygone age. My throat is getting graspy. Gondor, Jewel of the West. Gondor is vast, and it is true. Even at the edge of Mordor, where darkness threatens to swallow us, Gondor will survive, even if we do not. Idril. The greatest realm of men at the end of the Third Age, Gondor traces its heritage to Numenorean explorers from the Western Sea, who settled it centuries ago. Founded by Isildur and his brother Anarion, Gondor has long stood in a counterweight to Mordor. Sauron went to war with Gondor and the other nations of men shortly after the island of Numenor collapsed beneath the waves, but the last alliance of men and elves defeated him when Isildur cut the One Ring from Sauron's finger. A succession of kings descended from Anarion ruled the realm until the Witch-kin of Angmar lured Eärnur into a solitary quest from which he never returned. Since Eärnur's disappearance, Gondor has been ruled by a steward, a hereditary position that exercises the powers of kin until someone of Isildur and Anarion's line appears to reclaim the throne. Stewards disdain the trappings of royalty and dismiss the likelihood that the king will ever return. Gondor's fortunes have waned of late as Sauron has grown more powerful. Western regions have come under assault by forces from Mordor, Ithilien tribes and corsairs along the southern shores. Gondorians on the realm's frontier, and places like Minas Ithil fear that they'll be next to fall to darkness. The Black Gate, Mordor's great rampart. One does not simply walk into Mordor. Its black gates are guarded by more than just orcs. Boromir. Morannon, the Black Gate of Mordor, is an immense wall built across Cirith Gorgor. The pass that serves as Mordor's northwest entrance. Built by Sauron himself in the Second Age, the Black Gate was in Gondor's possession when Talion was stationed as captain there. The Black Hand of Sauron attacked the Black Gate, slew Talion's family, and began the ritual that ended in Celebrimbor and Talion being bound together. Rohan, Land of the Horse Lords. Let this be the hour when we draw swords together. Fell deeds awake, now for wrath, now for ruin, in the red dawn, Theoden. The grasslands of Rohan to Mordor's northwest are known for the hardy farmers and herdsmen who call it home, the clans of the Rorim, a landlocked nation. Rohan is known for its exceptional horses and the peerless cavalry that patrols at their borders. Rohan rose from various horse clans in the Second Age who aided Gondor and battled against the orcs of Mordor. Eorl the Young was Rohan's first kin, and his line lasted until Helm Hammerland's death. The second line of kins began under Helm's nephew, Friluf, and lasts to this day, aided by the council of the wizard Saruman, whose tower of Isengard lies within Rohan's borders. I'm not really gonna read out the objects. My throat has gone dry from all that talk. You what? You don't see me? I need to drink a glass of water. Or two. I'm not here, you don't see anything. Alright. Alright, let's go here. No, an archer has spotted me. Hello. Bye. Let's get some of these captains.
A supply cache must be near. I can almost hear the brutes arguing over what to pilfer.
I know everything about it. Oh, I just hear something.
Oh.
No, silence. That means he's in his angry place. He's beyond words.
Okay. I'm not impressed. Mystic tribe, huh? Mystic tribe. I've been reading the science, I've been interpreting the omens, but now I put all that aside so I can spill the blood, sever the limbs, rend the flesh to mock the warlord. Mordor is a place of dark magic, and the Mystic tribe knows rituals and incantations that date back thousands of years. Rites of blood and death that grant power and pain in equal measure. All the Mystic tribe's warriors are as capable as orcs of other tribes. All of Mordor fears the curses and spells that the Mystic tribe can invoke. Battling against the Mystic tribe is a matter of overwhelming them before they can call upon the black magic of the Dark Lord, and rumored connection to nameless evils far more ancient for aid. Alright. No, you didn't get me. Now you got me. Oh crap, I'm cursed. I got you too, I guess. Great.
We will meet again when the time is right.
No, you die here.
Get him off me, you blob! You're in my sights. Will someone skewer his talk? Here he is. I'll run the brick of mortar before you catch me.
You're about to die. Oh, I complete that challenge. Okay.
The orc has a camp nearby. He will die there.
Him in the gaps like that. See the ranger. Kill him, Tark. What are you doing here? I've got a schedule to keep.
Do you now? Machine tribe. More reading. Machine tribe. Our forgers make the Dark Lord's spears and axes and arrowheads, and with these mighty weapons of war we will lay waste to all his enemies. Kuha, look after Machine tribe. The Machine tribe believes that Mordor is on the cusp of a new age, one of industry and mechanization. Fueled by the minds of Tamon and Engren, the smithies and forgers turn out much of the Dark Lord's war material, and black plumes in the sky are a sign that the Machine tribe's factories are near. The Machine tribe takes a mechanical approach to warfare as well, the soldiers moving in lockstep. Every member of the tribe sees himself as just a cog in the larger apparatus, one that someday will encompass all of Mordor.
Forgot to knock! Stop moving!
Crap. I'm not doing so good. I need to find a rat or something. Where are these rats? There's one. Rats, troublesome vermin. Last night I heard the rats whispering to each other. I think they're plotting something. Lamb the relentless. Men and orcs agree on only one thing. Rats are Mordor's greatest pest. The feral rats of the Dark Land breed quickly, devour food stores, and chew through all manner of ropes, traps, and tent cloth. Some carry disease, and all can deliver a painful bite when threatened or hungry. When they aren't ravenous, rats are patient enough to wait for the vulnerable moment when a larger creature is distracted or their rations are momentarily unwatched. Campfire Tales among the Uruk-hai describe swarms of rats bold enough to attack an orc in broad daylight, consume him down to the bones in a matter of minutes. No orc has seen it firsthand, but they've all seen enough of rats to find the tale plausible. None doubt rats would try it, if they thought it would work. Now that's a nice kill. You better run. What, you want more? Come on, come on. Oh wait, that's the captain.
The moment it touches you is the moment of death. You might have time for a few clumsy strikes, a few choking screams, but your death will have already happened. You just didn't realize it.
You're ugly. Destroyer, explosive and dangerous. Swords are the past and black powder is the future. A future with no plus for you. Bag of the nightmare. Oh. Mordor's armies, and indeed orcs themselves, are made for one thing: destruction. The orcs who take on the mantle of the destroyer of use fire and explosions to wreak havoc among their enemies. Fond of explosive traps and thrown bombs, destroyers don't always take the heat of the other orcs who may be caught in the blast. Destroyers are usually inured to fire themselves, yet they love nothing more than to watch their enemies burn, to say nothing of Middle Earth itself. God damn it. Whoa, what? Oh, not good. I need another rat.
Let's go boom! Don't let it touch you!
Oh yeah, I think it will. Yeah, let's destroy some of this gear. Okay. Alright, let's get to the tower then. Hold on.
Break his arms! The Tark's wounded! Finish him! Get back
So, the real reason I started doing this playthrough of Shadow of War is because I am sort of preparing for a different game to play. It's called Nier Automata. Nier Automata is actually, well, gameplay-wise similar to this one. It's, you know, sort of action gameplay. But I don't want to go into Nier Automata unprepared, because if you die, it sort of has consequences. So I want to use this game to like prepare myself for Nier Automata. But I just used like half of my data limit just to download this game. So I am not going to be playing Nier Automata this month, but next month, so January 2019. Chances are I'll start my Nier Automata playthrough. I'm really looking forward to that. But this is a really fun game too. I love playing it. I'm probably gonna look for like all the bonus tinnies before heading to the barrels after I've completed the towers. Then, oh wait, there was one more. The Shiloh memory, where is it? last tower. There's a wall of vent on nearby. I don't really slot gems into my weapons, but I might have to for this playthrough now that I'm playing on Nemesis. So the plan is that eventually I'll also do a playthrough on the 2 difficulty levels higher than this one. So if I ever get to the highest difficulty level. I'm pretty sure I can finish it on Nemesis, but the other 2, it's gonna be tough. So I'm always up for a challenge.
We get on the on hen.
Alright, let's see. Guess I'll go to those bonus days now. There is a captain close though. Let's go for him first. There he is.
Ook-book.
Ook book. More like book. Are you ready to die? Surprise!
Wife, have you ever seen an Uruk mob really enjoy itself? You will now!
You will
Come at me, bro.
You can't pretty well hurt me!
Wait, I have a crush weapon? Didn't know that.
He's trying to attack! Stupid pink-skin!
No crap.
You can't take us out!